Kim vedaihi smritibihi puranapattanaihi shastrairmahavistaraihi swargagramakuti nivasa phaladaihi karmakriya vibramaihi muktavaikam bhava dukkha bhara rachana vidvansakalanam swatmananda pada pravesha kalanam shesha vanigavrittayah. Namaste to all. This is a very, very beautiful and deep question asked by Bharatri Hari Maharaj in his Vairagya Shatakam. In fact, the same question is asked by Almighty God in the Vedas in Rigveda first Mandal, I think 164 Sukta. Almighty God asks the question, Kim Richa Karishyati? The same question is asked by Bharatri Hari Maharaj here. Kim Vedaihi Smritibihi Purana Patanaihi Shastrair Mahavistaraihi. What is the use of Veda? What is the use of the four Vedas, Rig, Yajur, Sam, Atharva Veda? What is the use of Smriti Granthas, Manusmriti and other Smritis of Rishi Munis? What is the use of the Brahmana Granthas? Purana means Brahmana Granthas. Means you are studying Puranas, you are studying Vedas, you are studying Smriti Granthas, and you are also studying Mahavistarehi Shastraihi. There are 6 Shastras or 6 Darshanas which speaks about deep concepts and philosophies and secrets of various things about Tarka Shastra, like Shastra of logic, about Shastra of yoga, Shastra of Prakriti, Shastra of many things you are studying, and you are studying for what purpose? What is the use of it? Almighty God is asking the same question, Kim Richa Karishyati? What is the use of Vedas to you? In fact, Almighty God says in this mantra, Vedas are of no use to you. Why? Because Yadi Tatna Veda, you are not aware of that Almighty God. You are not aware that Almighty God is watching you. He is omnipresent. He is the one who is giver of all the results of the deeds, and you must follow and obey his instructions of the Vedas. Instead of knowing that Almighty God, you are just simply by hearting the Veda mantras, you are doing some karmas from Vedas, not serious in the attainment of moksha. Then Kim Richa Karishyati? There is no use for of Vedas to you. The same thing here Bharatri Hari Maharaj says, Karma Kriya Vibramaihi. You are doing different type of karmas based on the bookish knowledge. By attaining various knowledge, people see many information, they want to attain so many information. Give me this reference, I want to argue with that Muslim brother. Give me this reference, I want to argue with that Jain brother. Like that, many people collect many information and they just use it for argument purpose. So karma kriya vibramaihi, many different type of karmas they try to do by taking information from the Vedas and Smritis and Shastras, etc. And also some of them are little bit okay, they take information, they also try to follow, they try to, okay, let me try to do everyday Agnihotra. God says to do Agnihotra, I am doing Agnihotra, but without any understanding of the concepts of Agnihotra, understanding the concept of Yajna, understanding who is Acharya, without understanding how to serve the Acharya, how to make the Acharyas, how to make him pleased with our service so that we can get the Brahma Vidya. This kind of things is not his priority. His priority is, okay, I have to do Ahuti every day, and my priority is something else. So Karma Kriya Vibramaihi, then what will happen is, of course, none of your karma will get wasted, because Almighty God is omnipresent. Every karma is counted by Almighty God. So what will happen is Swarga Grama Kuti Nivasa Phaladehi. The only results for this kind of karmas, you are doing some good deeds, you want to do Ved Prachar, you just go talk to people about Vedas, but you yourself do not follow Vedas, but you spread the knowledge of Vedas. So, and you put Ahutis, but you are not serious in moksha, you are not serious in attainment of Almighty God. What will happen is Swarga Grama Kuti. Swarga means in the next birth you will get Ananda, you will get a happy life, you will probably get birth in Ambani's house or Tata's house or Birla's house, some rich people house. You will get for sure a good amount of life in the next birth, but that is the only result. Phaladaihi, that will be the only result for this kind of karmas. There is no other result, because Almighty God also says that your main aim is attainment or enlightenment. Your main aim is to attain that Almighty God. That's what here Bhartrihari Maharaj says. Mukta Vaikam Bhava Dukkha Bhara Rachana Vidvan Sakalanalam. Rachana, the creation and the destruction is happening again and again, and this sansar is Bhava Dukkha. This is the Dukkha Sagar. But you are not doing any of your deeds for you to get out of this cycle of birth and death. You are simply entangled in Maya. You are simply entangled in the knowledge. You just want to gain more knowledge. And then God says in the Yajurveda a beautiful punishment. Vidyayang rataha tato bhuya ivate tamo. You have so much of, ahankar of your knowledge of Vedas. Then God says that you just have the bookish knowledge. You have so much of ego, so much of pride, so much of, you think that you know everything. Then what I will do is tato bhuya ivate tamo. I will put in that place. I will give you andhakar yoni, that you will never be able to come to a human birth and attain me again, because you are just having pride and ego of your knowledge. You have not practiced to come out of bhava dukkha bhara rachana vidvan sakala nalalam. You have not practiced to come out of this cycle of birth and death. And the cycle of birth and death is in the hands of Almighty God. Mukta Vaikam. Mukta Ekam means here Almighty God. That Almighty God who is Mukta, who is a Mukta Purusha, who is always in bliss. You are not practicing your deeds to attain Him. You are practicing your deeds to enhance your knowledge so that your ego is getting high. You want to show to everybody that you know everything. So there is no use. Bhartrihari Maharaj is giving a beautiful example. It is as if as Vaniga Vrittaya, it is as if as a barter system. You are doing a business. That okay, you do something, you will get something. I am doing everyday Agnihotra just to gain a materialistic benefit. I am doing everyday Veda Adhyayan just to get a materialistic benefit. Your intention is not to come out of the ocean of the cycle of birth and death. Your intention is not to serve Acharya. Your intention is not to attain moksha. Your intention is not to be humble. Your intention is to have ego, pride, etc., etc. Adambar. Then what will happen? You will get stuck in the ocean of birth and death. And the Sakal and Alam, actually Almighty God is only capable to destroy this cycle of birth and death. Nobody else can do this, and Almighty God will do it only when your niyat, when your attitude is pure, when you become yourself pure by tapasya. You are doing tapasya, true shraddha of that Almighty God. You are not doing tapasya to show off. You are not doing Vedic study to show off. I have seen many of my, well-known brothers and sisters of Arya Samaj who want to read the book of Rishi Munis just to do arguments with other people. In that case, what will happen? Here Bhartrihari Maharaj also says, and Vedas also says, Richa Kim Karishyati, there is no use for you. You are Arya Samaji, Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati, what he did we must do. What he did tapasya. Are we doing tapasya? No. But he did arguments with other religious people to bring them back to Vedic path. But he is a tapasvi. We are not a tapasvi. Why we are following only half of Maharishi Dayananda Saraswati? This is what I always speak to my Arya Samaji friends. That okay, you are doing Veda Prachar, but are you following it? Are you doing everyday tapasya? Are you following Niyam Asan Pranayam? Are you having Indri Sayyam? Are you a brahmachari? Maharishi was a brahmachari. Even in Grahastha, are you a brahmachari? Do you have control of your senses? If you do not have this, then Richa Kim Karishyati, Kim Vedahi. What is the use of the Vedas? It's only a trading business. Okay, you have done some good deeds in this Janma. Next Janma, you will get a Swarga Grama Kuti. You will get a good house. You will get a very rich family, very, very rich father, parents, etc., etc., etc. And you may get a beautiful body. You may get a beautiful spouse. All those things can happen. That's it. But again, we will come into Bhava Dukkha Sagar. We will again come into ocean of birth and death. And that's what, Bhartrihari Maharaj says, Swa Atma Ananda Pada Pravesha Kalanam. We must always try to Swa Atma. We must try to get into the bliss of who am I. I am Jivatma and inside me is Paramatma. Why you are not going in this path? Why you are going, taking a path which is outwardly. Even, reciting Veda mantras to show to other people that I know Vedas is an outward part, it's not an inward path. Reciting Veda mantras to understand the depth of Veda mantras secret is inward path. But reciting Veda mantras to show off that I can sing Veda mantras beautifully, I have so much of knowledge, is outward path. It will take you towards misery. So this is what Bharatri Maharaj says. And Sheshaha Vanigavrittaya, rest all of your activities in this spiritual path is only show off, and it is just like doing a business. In business, you invest 100 rupees, you gain 1000 rupees. Similarly, you are investing something for Vedas, you will get back a Swarga Grama Kutil, you will get back a good house, etc., etc., etc. That's it. You will not get out of the ocean of the cycle of birth and death. The knowledge is always, given by Almighty God in the Vedas. I think very beautifully written this shloka also. Kim richa karishyati, the Rigveda mantra, and also tato bhuya ivate tamo from Yajurveda. God is asking a question that if you are not interested in attaining the moksha, then this Vedas is of no use to you. No other book in this world will tell this kind of knowledge. Vedas are not books. Vedas are the knowledge which emanates from Almighty God. I am also speaking Kim richa karishyati based on my Acharya's pravachans. My Acharya always says, Sri Krishna says, Shrutva apina Veda. What is the use of listening the Vedas? Even after listening the Vedas, Shrutva apina Veda, there is no use. You will, even after listening, even while listening Vedas also, you will not understand what is Jivatma, Paramatma, Prakriti. Sri Krishna says to Arjuna. Similarly, even after listening Vedas from an Acharya, the only thing what you want is only to show off that you have this knowledge, you have this knowledge, you are doing this, you are doing that, then kim richa karishyati. So we must always try to be humble. It is not try to be humble. My Acharya says you don't need to try to be humble. Once you get true knowledge inside you, you will automatically become humble. You will not do an acting of trying to be humble. Like, when you see Rishi Munis, they are totally humble people. They are extremely humble people automatically by their yatharth, not by acting. And when you are humble and you have so much of knowledge, you will always be in the bliss, Swa Atma Ananda. You will also always be in the bliss of your own Tadadarashtu Swarupi Avasthanam, says Yoga Sutra. That you will realize that you are Jivatma. And you will realize that inside the Jivatma there is Paramatma. And you will also realize that you have come out of the cycle of birth and death. And after this Janma, you don't have another birth because you are already realized that Almighty God. I hope I try to convey this shloka to the best possible extent. I hope you understood. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.